What if I told you that at 40, your best years are just beginning? Studies show that people in their 40s often report higher life satisfaction than those in their 20s. So, why do we fear this milestone? Society tells us that turning 40 means slowing down, but in reality, it's a time of power, confidence, and reinvention. 40 isn't the beginning of the end. It's the start of something greater. Yet, we are bombarded with messages that make aging feel like a crisis. Wrinkles, responsibilities, midlife panic. But what if we've had all it wrong? In this video, we'll break down why 40 might just be the best chapter of your life. Stick around, because by the end, you might never look at aging the same way again.
Okay, hello heroes. Here we are again.
We are again, round 2, 3, or 6. I don't know.
Yeah.
We haven't been drinking yet.
So today, did you know that people who maintain healthy habits can add up to 10 years to their lives? I mean, they can live longer.
Because of healthy habits? It's one of those things that makes sense. Logically, it just makes sense that if you have good habits, then you probably can extend.
Let's explore why 40s is the perfect time to thrive.
40 is the new 30. But why? Why do you say that?
The rules of engagement. Yeah. Move dirt production. You better be a part of it. You gon' talk about it. Check it.
Okay. So, I wish I had known this when I was 20. I really mean what I know right now, okay? Because back in the days, I remember when I was 15, even 20, when I would come across somebody who was in their 40s, or I would think that the person was over the hill. I mean, that person would go downhill. I mean, it is just half of their life is done. Everything we have treasured in 40 years of life is so worth it. Heroes, I don't know how old you are, but if you are in your 20s, do not think that people in their 40s or 50s feel themselves different. Because me, myself, I feel myself energetic, passionate, eager to get to know things, to explore. So how about you?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. The only difference is that, I do feel energetic. I do very passionate. I feel very passionate about the things that I want to do. And I feel there's a lot of more not more. I feel there are a lot of new and exciting adventures that I can partake in and I can be a part of. But I'd rather like a nap. I do like to nap a little more than I did back in the day. So if I get a chance, it's game over. I'm going ahead and engage in that. But I definitely understand the point, and I think I'm gonna just say this, but I'm not gonna get off topic, even though I'm tempted. Is that the thing is when you're 20, you don't want to listen to somebody older than you because you think everything they're talking about is a bunch of BS, and it's really not true because they can provide you with just a little bit of insight that you don't have to spend another 10 or 20 years learning the hard way.
It is a shortcut.
So, but that's not what we're talking about today, but I just had to put that out. I had to put that, out there. So yeah. Because I think you're right. I think there's a stigma that, when you get 40, everything starts going downhill. And it's not necessarily true.
The so-called midlife crisis. How about this question? You are too old for that.
I think it's probably one of the worst societal things that you could say to the older generation. Because I believe if you're inputting some information, it's like you're giving a person a virus. by saying that. Then the person gets sick. And then you get mad at the person for getting sick, even though you're the one that gave them the virus. So I'll explain. So we always say when people start getting older, we say, oh, you shouldn't do that because you're too old. And then when they can't do anything and you have to take care of them, you feel some type of way. But I believe that you have to do more when you get older to keep things functioning. Because if you stop using your body in certain ways and these kind of things, you atrophy. I mean, that's not, I don't have to be Dr. House to know that. That's a clear thing that if you don't use muscles, then these muscles will stop working. So I think that that's a terrible thing that we do to not just our elders, but we also do it to people in their 30s and 40s. So anytime it's, I would say, older than 20, people go, hey, oh, you're over the hill. And it's like, that's a good thing. Age doesn't matter, and it shouldn't matter. That's my opinion. I don't know how you feel about it, but yeah, I think it's a terrible weight to put on someone. What do you say about that?
I have to say that I totally agree with you, mate. So, now seriously, I'm not the same one as I used to be when I was 20. Okay. But now I have a different perspective.
Okay.
And what I realized is that we tend to copy others. I mean, and it is because we are gregarious animals. I mean, we need society. And when you're in a pack, if someone from that pack goes the other way around, back in the days, that meant danger. But it's no longer this way, okay? So we tend to copy others. What are you supposed to do when we turn 40? Just look around and people behave the same. And if you aren't following the rules, I mean, what you should be doing in your 40s? I mean, sitting down on the sofa after working, sacrificing your health because you're supposed to have your ass on the sofa, not going to the gym. But luckily for us, more and more, this is changing. So, for example, the other day I saw a video on YouTube about a person who's 73 and he looks amazing. The name of this man is something like Jawa. There was a turning point in his life. He started to practice calisthenics, and his body, his energy, it was amazing. And what do you think most of the people who are watching us are thinking? Yeah, that is one of a kind. It's not possible for me. That is what your trained brain does.
Yes. And you have to minimize it, because if you don't minimize it, then it would make you have to do something different. And I think it goes back to what you said, your true brain, it makes you go, oh, no. That's not, we don't want that. So we have to either say something about it or to make it in a way so that won't motivate or won't make us do that. And so that's what it is. Because most people don't see it and go, if he can do it, then I can do it. Most people go, he had a weird reason. He had to have had a weird reason to start doing it. It was great. I see the benefits. I see all the great things that come with it. I don't got time for that.
Wow, that is a very good sentence. I don't have time for that.
Nobody has time until the doctor says you have a little time left.
You've got 2 months. Back in the days, heroes, I didn't think I would be able to work out the way I'm working out right now. I mean, and I'm living proof of this because I lost 20 kilos in 4 months, not doing extreme things, doing things that are easier than you can imagine. But the core of it is coherence.
That's a very good point. Mm-hmm.
And as you said, just mute that voice. And that voice belongs to Petty Pete. Okay? So you should listen to Jiminy Cricket, which is the other voice in your head. Okay? So
yeah, this is clear. It's clear.
Coherence. I go to the gym using my headphones. Why? For 2 reasons. First of all, because music motivates me. The main reason is I don't like chit-chatting at the gym. I go there to work out. That's all. Then I don't follow a strict diet, but a coherent diet. Okay. I gave up sugar. It doesn't mean that every now and then you go have take a cake, a piece of cake or something. Okay.
Yeah.
But be conscious about that.
Yes.
I mean, workout, diet, and it's almost all about sugar. And then your mindset.
Yeah. And I think that's probably one of the most important points. What you think about yourself and how you talk to yourself and what things you make true to yourself, irregardless of, because I think from a societal standpoint, if you're not around people who have a more positive outlook, they're gonna say things like, "Yeah, what are you doing? You 40? You supposed to be chilling on the couch. Well, you're too old for that, and anybody got time for that." But you have to say to yourself, "Look, I mean, whatever you say is good, but I'm going to work out. Feel free to come work out with me." And you see, that just changes the narrative. And it makes it so that person either has a choice. Either they would have to stop talking because you're not reacting to that at all. You're just like, "Look, I got to work out, man. I got to keep my body well oiled. No baby oil, but that's another story. Sorry about it. I had to do it. Anyway, yeah, you had to keep it, you had to keep the machine well oiled so that, you can do more things in life." And what I find interesting is that people look at the end result and don't realize that there was a middle point. So, for example, a lot of people, yeah, they look at The Rock and they say, "Wow, he has all of these things," but they don't understand that the habit that has continuously got him to where he is started when he was in his 40s, working out, regardless of where he is. And of course, that type of energy, he has more energy. He has, he's working out. He's more disciplined. And that's the type of discipline that gets him these roles, and he can go, "Okay, I have time to do this. Okay, I'm going to make time to do that." And it's not about him having time. It's about him making time. And I think that's the key point, because everybody has an excuse until the doctor says you don't have enough time. And then all of a sudden, people who never had time have time. So I think it's a very valid point, and it's something that we tend to often overlook, that a lot of amazing journeys started after the age that people thought it could happen. You have your J.K. Rowling, you have, Colonel Sanders, and these type of people that started at a point where people were like, "Look, it's game over for you, bro."
Sanders started a bit late for me.
Yeah, well, you can't rush good chicken. I'm saying, you shouldn't rush good chicken.
I got you. Yeah. You're right. And even so for example, what you said, really important. Why? Because I'm going to speak again about my own experience. We live in Spain, and our schedule is a bit different from that one that you can have in your countries. So, for example, we have lunch at 2:30 p.m., 3 p.m., even some days 3:30. We have dinner at 10 p.m. When I started, and it happened almost unconsciously, when I started to have dinner at 7 p.m., when I started to have lunch at 12 p.m., everything started to change. I mean, that was combined with the vision of giving up sugar, working out. But back in the days, I started by 10 minutes. It's about coherence, and it's about your commitment. And what you said about the people who surround you is that here in Spain, people, or the ones that surround me, they used to look at me as if I were a weird animal, because I had to bring my own food to the job to have lunch at 12. I'm having dinner at 5:30. Okay. So I have to adjust myself to that schedule, but that is my commitment. Once those around me realize that I'm not a danger for them, which is in their subconscious, they let me be. But at the beginning, you have to fight against those common habits. You have to be strong enough. So, and it goes to the core. And I would say, be coherent, have a plan, and life takes off at 40. It is not 40. It is at the age in which you realize that you're able to make things possible.
Yes.
Accomplish your dreams.
And, it's at the age where you feel confident enough to stand in the, what I like to say is to stand in the middle of the storm. And why do I use that expression? Because in order to stand in the middle of the storm, you have to walk through. You only find peace after you go through some things. And believe, when you want to change your life, there's always going to be people willing to distract you so you don't, because it keeps you where they are and it doesn't make them have to elevate. So you're a threat to them. And when they realize that, okay, no matter what I say to him, he's going to do what he's going to do. Now they have a choice. Either they get on your train or they get off at the next stop. And it's just the process. And irregardless of who you are, irregardless of how old you are, nobody beats the process.
So to sum it up,
you're never too old to do anything, and don't let anyone tell you that. And if someone is telling you that, then you might have to start looking. You might have to give them at least a yellow card. If they get 2 red cards, it's game over from them. You got to get them out of your life, because there are always going to be people that are trying to get you to stay where you are because it's more convenient for them.
Yeah.
And remember, little by little, you don't have to go, and you don't have to look like, shout out to Joey Swole, you don't have to look like Joey Swole. But working out has some extreme benefits for your life, and extreme benefits for your brain, and extreme benefits for your well-being, just your mental state. So there's great benefit in that. And you don't have to start saying, I'm going to go do an hour, 10 minutes. Because the process, to master the process, you have to master the minute. Once you master the minute, then you master the 2 minutes. Then you master 3 minutes. And then it becomes a habit. And once it's a habit, then it's very difficult to stop. So I would say, stop letting people tell you what you cannot do, irregardless of whatever age you are. If you decide to do it, do it. And, as my man here is absolute proof, because the great thing about what you said is that you're not just fighting against the normal people that want you to stay at a certain level with them. You're fighting the societal pressure of eating at a time that they don't understand. And for you to be able to walk through that storm and stand in the middle to find peace, admirable. And it's something that somebody from the outside looking in should applaud. And for that, I applaud that, because not everyone is built to do that.
And this comment is going to lead us to another topic for another video, okay, which is very interesting, which is changing yourself. It happens when you are really tired of
Being tired.
turning 40 means nothing unless you realize that you're able of doing everything. Just do it. Don't listen to others. Just do it. So heroes, how do you feel about aging? So just let us know in the comments below. We are really eager to get to know your point of view and for us to learn from you. Okay. So this is it.
This is it. We'll catch you on the next one.
See you.
See you.
The rules of engagement. Yeah, move dirt production. You better be a part of it. You gon' talk about it. Check it.